Hi there, hope you're all doing well. This week's 3D printing model is the Turtlefolk Druid. This is a free model from the Lost Adventures Kickstarter set. If you have a 3D printer and enjoy painting minis, I highly recommend checking out this Kickstarter as they are pristine models really. This druid has been primed in German Panzer Grey and I started off with Desert Yellow for the shell. If you have any questions or mini requests, feel free to drop them in the comments below or check out my Facebook where I post high-res photos of all the minis I've painted so far. I also stream on Twitch and Facebook Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays 8 PM UK time. Next is the Cloth Rose, starting off with Dragon Red. This ends up taking about 6 layers to get to where it should be, as the opacity is so hard to build up with this red, but just keep going with the thin layers and it will eventually get to where you want. Several layers later I moved on to this skin using green skin for the first colour. This also does take a few layers to get to where I want it to be, but that's generally the case with these sort of colours. I then moved on to the staff using charred brown to give it a nice strong oak look to it. It's now time to move on to some of the details, starting off with Dungeon Grey for the headband. This could also be done in the red to blend it with the rest of the robes, but I wanted a bit more variation just so it looks a bit different from the rest of the clothing. Next I used Hydra Turquoise to do the dragonfly and the snail on the staff. Not 100% sure if this is a snail, but it looks different from the rest of the staff, so I wanted to add it to make it actually stand out a bit more. I now used bone white to do the various ropes around the mini, as well as the snail's body. And for once I get to do a decent sized pair of eyes where I can actually add some colour. With the bone white finished, I used greedy gold to do all of the metallic parts. It's now time to start highlighting using pure red to do all of the areas of the robe that are facing up. Next is a highlight for the skin using Goblin Green. This is mostly for all of the raised areas and some of the larger areas to give a bit more coverage and gradient. Looking at the snail shell, I felt it needed something more to make it look a bit better, so I've used Monster Brown to add a bit of a pattern to the shell. Now I moved on to the next highlight of the robes using Bloody Red, and this is just for the tips of all the creases. I then took the opportunity to do the eye colour. For the first time in a while I've had eyes large enough that I can actually do this. So I've got a nice yellow eye. I'd also add some detail to the dragonfly and some of the upper edges of the skin, as I've always found yellow is a good highlight for green. Next is the final colour before the washes go on, and this is matte black for the eyes and the base. Now onto the washi, starting with strong tone for the shell, staff and the headband. The final wash is green tone for all of the skin and the dragonfly. And that will be it for the Druid. I love this mini and I really hope to get more of this sort of style in the future. I just need to find somewhere into my campaign I can actually shove this race in. As always, there will be high-res images on Facebook of this guy, and if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments below. I do also stream on Facebook and Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays at 8 PM UK time. I'm always happy to hang out, chat and play some games. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and as always, don't forget to be kind to each other.